give us a $200,000 or 270 or 240, whatever cost towards slope stabilization. But one of the things they did, not warn me, but they did tell me that there's going to be tremendous paperwork and tremendous requirement, or not the paperwork and follow up to get the stimulus money for such a small amount. So one of the options was, again, that came from NOVECA, is they will probably give the stimulus funds to some other project in line and then try to get us STP fund, which is under NOVECA's authority. And that's what I said, that there is a meeting on 16th to discuss that issue, to see if we can get those STP funds towards that change, or instead of getting stimulus money. But again, I can't speak for NOVECA. I know that they are telling us that money should go to the should not come to the project.
Okay. Thank you. Yes, Mr. Tanner.
Yeah, I'd like to, as Mukund was saying, and I keep hearing, we knew about this is a long time, and so on and so forth, which has been so long, we've known about it so much. Why wasn't it taken care of and included in this work and that? For one thing, you keep saying, oh, we knew this, so been a long time, been for many years and that. Well, it's not so darn much. Why didn't we take care of it? Have it included in the job and everything?
It is not like it was not included in the job. It is a part of the job. City consultants should have looked at it. My understanding is
you're saying this was included in the job?
It's a part of job. It is within the right of way.
Okay. Now why are we paying them again to have it done?
It is very visible situation where you can see the slope going down. So, and should have been considered. I don't know why they did not.
Well, how about this extra 5,000 some feet of, or tons or feet, whatever it was, for the mulch now? What do we need all this mulch for?
Those couple items are basically miscalculation of the quantities. These are not like oversight, or they are not missed from the plans. They are shown on the plans, but somehow did not get carried out into the main summary or whatever. They are basically some of the quantities are missed during the carryover to the final sheet.
We didn't figure on that much be used, so it wasn't in the bid, or what?
No, it is already shown on the plans. What I'm saying is it did not get carried over into the main summary where you actually bid the project.
Because we have to find some way of getting some of this money cut, I think. Number 20, the power in that, and the lights for the lights and all that, I guess, that they're still monkeying with. What would happen, or could it happen, that we just stop the bushes, stop the frills out there that's being put all up and down it, and the bushes and the trees, and most of them are probably up, but we still have more to go, I think. And the lighting, we haven't received those fixtures and everything yet. They're not up, and just hold the lighting in that even, and we do it when we get some more money, when we get down the road, or if we some way then we find out we can use stimulus money somewhere in that line. Just let it stop, damn, and weep some of our losses and get out of it. But we stop already? And do we have to give it back because it ODOT's money?
Mr. Schilling, Law Director, can probably give some more details. But as per the contract already calls for all these items. They already have purchased the lights, fixtures. We actually paid 90% as per contract requirement towards all the lighting. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Well, you talk about the contract, but it keeps going up, so that's all right though, huh?
Pardon?
That's legal. For the contract to keep going up. Every time we turn around, we got change orders, millions of dollars. That's all right though.
Yeah, but stopping the lighting or stopping anything is not going to help, because it's going to cost more, because you cannot just turn that back. You are going to pay whatever is bought for the job anyway. And then you have to pay for some stocking fees and whatever as per the contract. I don't know if legally possible at this time.
Well, these trees and shrubs and that being planted, is that not someone local, or that's going with this outfit?
Trees and the shrubs are being purchased from a firm out of Valley City, Davis Tree Farm. So, I mean, they're a local firm. When they got the contract a year and a half ago, they did designate and get extra plants in to carry the significant plantings that goes with this project. There's a couple of the different plantings that were special ordered that had to come in from out of the area that they've had on site now. Some of the standard plantings, I'm sure we could negotiate something along that line, but at this point I have not entered into any negotiations, nor have I been directed to go in and start talking to the contractor about elimination of items and what the cost would be if we were to do that. I mean, that becomes a significant
Wheeling
step
and
for us
dealing
to
for
take
you.
to do that.
Yeah, wheeling and dealing for you.
Yeah. Well,
But I have faith you could do some of that maybe and help us out here.
I have done that in the past if I'm directed to do that.
Yeah.
You know, I won't, until I'm directed by the city to pursue that, and we haven't pursued that particular item yet. You know, we bought, the lights have been purchased, all the wire and the cabling for the lighting has already been purchased and locked in the copper prices a year and a half ago.
I'm just searching for something, you know.
And I know where you're coming from, and I mean, we have to enter some serious discussions with the contractor to even see what the magnitude of the cost associated with it is right now.
Mr. Callahan, you had a question?
Yeah, through you, Mr. Chairman. This is for either Brian or Mr. Baker, whoever could answer the question. And it's regarding going back to the first part when Mr. Stewart was asking questions regarding the field review on the whole scope of the project. And the review that took place concerning drainage and sloping, the field review itself, was that a normal practice on this type of a project?
And that's really more of a, I think, at the design stage versus the construction stage, because we really get involved once the contract's been sold to the contractor. So let Phil address that.
Okay.
Yeah, ODOT usually has a scope meeting, and part of it's a field review. We also have our field crews go out and survey the whole site as part of the initial thing, and then we walk the job. So.
Okay. One more question through you, Mr. Chairman. In these types of projects, do you tend to find the cost overruns having to do with drainage, sloping, what I call ground issues?
Generally when we set up a project for funding, go through NOACA, there's a 10% set up for change orders based on the contract price. So there are stuff you run into, quantity, drainage issues, soils, there are issues you run into. I guess you have quite a price index for asphalt. I've never seen a number that big before, so that with the climate last year was quite extensive. So, I mean, generally when we set up funding, when how this job came in initially, you had 10% for change orders.
Okay. So 10% is a standard
Yes,
policy?
when we generally go through ODOT and NOACA for funding.
Okay.
Just get your construction costs and then 10% for change orders.
Okay. Thank you.
Any other discussion from committee members?
No, Mr. Chairman, I just think that to approve this today would be somewhat writing a check without having the money in the bank. And I don't think anything's going to happen in the next 30 to 60 days in regards to the stabilization of the slope. I know that they talked about repositioning of equipment that might have a little cost bearing in it, but I think we should try to explore all funding that's out there before we commit to this, to see if there's not something out there that would cover at least some portion of it, to give us some relief.
Are you talking about the meeting that Mr. Mulkey mentioned on the 16th and waiting till after that? Or is there something in specific you're looking at?
Yeah, well, just exploring that like he is with additional funds. And I don't know if Ted has another way of actually bonding this or putting this all together, but I don't see a need, once again, to pass it tonight without having the funding in place, because something else is going to suffer.